are just like all my dreams, ending in the sky.
Good evening, and welcome to Vortex Virtual Programming, this presentation. My name is Joseph Garlock, and it is my privilege tonight to be the director of this virtual reading of The Tragic Legacy of Sadie Lamarr, written by Vortex company member Trey Deason. We have an incredible cast assembled to tell this weird and wonderful story, and we're so thrilled that you've joined us for what is actually the first public reading of this play. As a treat tonight, we get to actually start by hearing from the playwright himself a little bit about where this idea came from in the show. So Trey, go ahead and take it away.
All right, so I did some research in my notes. This play originated in 2013. It was basically, I was working on an idea for a play about Hedy Lamarr. I found her very interesting. I love old school movies. But I had trouble finding an angle into it. So as it happens, on the 4th of July of 2013, I went to Trudy's with Shannon Grounds and Rudy Ramirez. And we just talked for a bit and they asked what I was working on. I mentioned, well, I'm working on this. I want to write a play about Hedy Lamarr, who was like a movie star, but also an inventor, and the dichotomy of that, but I can't really figure out how to put it together. And I forget who said it, but someone said, man, it must suck to be her sister. Like, nothing you do is going to be as good as what your sibling did. And that kind of just, the ball kept going. It kind of became an inside joke. And I'm like, yeah, this is the angle. This is what I want to do. I want to, like, what is it like to, I feel like so many times when siblings are presented in plays, there's the smart one and there's the pretty one. And I wanted to see what happens if someone is both and the other one is just like, just trying her damnedest to be something in her life. So that kind of is all with the backdrop of classic Hollywood movies. So that was the gist of the play, and 7 years later, here we are. Finally. That's how long it takes me to write a play.
Well, thank you, Trey. So on a personal note, Trey and I have been friends for almost a decade now. This is actually the first time that I've gotten to work on one of his shows. So this has been a real treat for me. And of course, I hope everybody watching enjoys it as much as I have. Couple notes for tonight. First, this is a virtual reading, of course. So we are subject to the whims of technology a little bit. So we appreciate in advance your patience and grace as we deal with any freezes, any should have been muted, any should not have been muted. We may shout at each other once or twice on that, but it is the joy of this virtual world that we are working in. Second, this show is presented in 3 parts. We're going to take a little break between parts 2 and 3 and give Trey a chance to answer any questions you may have. So regardless of the platform you're watching on, you can put your question in the comments. We've got somebody who's consolidating those all into one place, and we can take about 10 minutes between those two to actually get some more answers. So please feel free to comment, or if you just want to compliment everybody, that's more than welcome as well. And then finally, I really want to introduce you to this incredible cast. We have 10 amazing actors playing over 40 roles in this show tonight. So I'd love to just kind of go around and have everybody say your name, the characters you're playing, if you can remember them all, and we can go ahead and start with Shannon.
I'm Shannon Grounds, and I'm playing Sadie Lamarr.
I'm Liz Beckham, and I'm going to be reading Hedy Lamarr.
Hey, I'm Isto Barton. I'm playing Alan Mercer.
I'm Travis Bedard. I'm playing man number 2, Nazi number 2, reporter number 2, the production assistant, Busby Berkeley, Eddie, and the jokester.
Hi, I'm Sarah Danko. I play Denise, newsboy, telegram boy, Lana Turner, woman 3, locksmith, passport guy, customs agent, and actor.
Robert Deike, I play the father of Hedy Lamarr. Max Reinhardt, Goebbels, Louis B. Mayer, and Uncle Sam.
I'm Judd Farris. I play Nazi 1, Reporter 1, Man 1, Gustav, and James.
I'm Jenny Lavery. I play Woman 2, Nurse, and Marnie. Hi, I'm Toby Minor, and I'm playing Fritz, Jean, John, Teddy, W. Howard, and Lewis.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I am playing Woman 1, Gertrude Keisler, or Hedda's mom, Judy Garland, and Hedda Hopper.
And I'm really enjoying the person who just heard that list of characters and is going, what play am I about to watch? Because I recognize some of those names. Truly, this is, thank you all for being here. And thanks to this cast for being here. Some of these guys are going to be in costumes. Some are going to be doing accents. We're really just going to have a lot of fun tonight. It is called a play after all. So without further ado, thank you for joining us. Vortex Virtual Programming is proud to present The Tragic Legacy of Sadie Lamarr. I will also be reading the stage directions. Prologue. A pianist sits to the side of the stage. He begins to play some very dramatic music. Lights up with the cast walking out reading newspapers and everyone singing.
Hedy
Lamarr, Hedy Lamarr, Hedy Lamarr.
Holy crap! Hedy Lamarr is dead.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I loved her in that one thing.
Oh man, Hedy Lamarr died.
I loved her in that one thing.
Blazing Saddles? No, she wasn't in that.
Well, she was great, I'm sure.
Who still reads the newspapers?
I don't know.
She was apparently a legendary actress, the most beautiful woman in the world.
Well, that's impressive.
What are you talking about?
Hedy Lamarr. She was also an inventor. She apparently died.
When?
20 years ago.
Why are we just reading about that now?
I don't know. Hey, where are we going?
This is such a weird concept.
Hedy
Lamarr, Hedy Lamarr, Hedy Lamarr.
Suddenly, Alan enters.
You assholes don't even know.
Who are you?
Shut your stupid, beady-eyed face. Hedy Lamarr may have been important. She was a movie star, an inventor, and whatever. But did you know she also had a sister?
Okay, so...
What I'm about to tell you is the tragic legacy of Sadie Lamarr, a woman who meant nothing and everything.
Do we have to listen?
Yes. Yes. The story begins a long time ago, during the silent era of Hollywood, back before anyone could speak.
Part 1, Scene 1, the silent movie. Alan exits to reveal a scrim, making everything look black and white, and the pianist plays music. It is a silent movie where the lines are projected on the screen. There is a home where father enters and speaks.
A lovely day for my wife to give birth. How glorious to be a man.
A nurse emerges from the house with a wrapped up baby. She gestures for the father to take it. He does, but looks at her and is disgusted.
This child is disgusting. This can't be mine.
The nurse shrugs and goes inside. The father has a melodramatic breakdown. The nurse re-enters.
Wait, another child is coming.
The father is shocked and goes back to the door. The nurse emerges with another baby. The father sees it and drops the first baby. He is in awe of the second baby.
This is the most beautiful baby in the world. She is my treasure. One day she will reach for the stars, yes, you will.
The nurse grabs the fallen baby in shock. The lights go out. The projection shows 17 years later. Sadie emerges enthusiastically and starts dancing. After a while, Hedy emerges and joins the dancing.
Let us dance.
We will be movie stars.
They dance some more. Hedy stops and starts speaking.
I will be an actress on the stage.
I prefer movies because they are silent and I've been told my voice is grating.
They dance a bit more, then a newsboy enters.
The jazz singer is a huge hit. Sound is the next best thing in motion pictures. The pictures can talk.
Scene 2, early talkie, sisters. The scrim disappears as the sisters are able to talk for the first time.
But, oh my, we can talk now.
Thank God. This device was growing old.
Oh, Sadie, Now that the movies have sound, I might actually want to act on film.
Really?
I mean, for a while I had dreamt of being a great inventor or scientist like Albert Einstein.
Why? That sounds so boring when we can be stars together.
Sadie und Hedwig Keisler.
Oh, we can't keep our last name.
Why not?
It lacks glamour, pizzazz, Jenna, how do you say Jenna sequins? I don't know how to speak French, but we need a name to match our fabulousness. I suggest taking our name from the great silent film star, Barbara Lamarr.
Sadie und Hedwig Lamarr. I like it. I only hope I can live up to it.
You will, sweet sister. Did you apply to Max Reinhardt's acting school? I know I did.
Yes, we should hear something by today.
How exciting. I know we'll get in.
Because we are sisters and our destinies are tied.
They sing.
I have a sister. She's so great. Always on time. She's never late. I always can depend on her. She's my sister. She'll always be.
I have a sister. Isn't she swell? Voice of an angel, no parallel. She's the girl that they all adore. She's my sister. I love her. We are sisters. We sing in perfect harmony.
Mm-hmm. Sisters.
A telegram boy enters.
Telegram for Hedwig Keisler.
I am Hedwig Keisler. What's the telegram?
Max Reinhardt's office. Stop. You're too sensational for my school. Stop. I've recommended you to my friend, director Gustav Marketing. Stop. You must be on set in Hungary in a week. Stop.
Oh my, what great news. I'm going to be a star.
Is there a telegram for me?
Yes, here it is. Dear Sadie Keisler, stop. Stop.
Boy leaves.
Well, isn't that great?
Father and mother walk out of the house.
Good morning, my dears.
Mama, Papa, I've been cast in a movie by Gustav Marketing on the recommendation by Max Reinhardt.
Of course you have. I always knew my daughter would be bound for greatness.
I, however, wasn't accepted into Max Reinhardt's acting class.
I see. It's a day for no surprises.
I'm sorry, dear, but what did we tell you? Talent just isn't your strong suit.
I don't care. I'm still going to make it. Somehow. I'll make it somehow.
Of course you can, Sadie. Why don't you come with me to Hungary? During this important time, I need my sister by my side.
I would be honored. But do you think our dear parents can do without me at this?
Oh, you should go, Sadie. Please.
I'm pretty sure I'm dying of something, but no, you should go.
I can't believe it. I'm going to live my dream and my dear sister is coming with me.
As I told you all these years, my sweet Hedwig, reach for the stars and you'll have the world.
You never told that to me, Papa.
That's what we call passive aggressiveness, Sadie.
This is so exciting. I need to go pack.
Hedy leaves to the house.
I should pack too.
Wait!
Father walks in and pulls out a suitcase.
I've already done that for you.
But how?
I've packed a suitcase for you every day since you were 3. The happy day has finally arrived.
Well, isn't that great?
Fritz Mandel enters with 2 Nazis.
Guten Abend, Herr Keisler. Is your daughter at home?
Herr Fritz Mandel, Austrian weapons manufacturer who, though Jewish, has willingly helped the Nazi party in their invasion of Austria for both profit and protection.
Thank you for the exposition, but you have yet to answer my question.
She's home, but getting ready to leave.
She's going to Hungary to be a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
How disappointing. I've been involved with Miss Hedwig Keisler for a while now. I've smiled at her. She's smiled back. Obviously, she desires marriage. I've come to fulfill my duty.
No daughter of mine will ever marry a despicable Nazi sympathizer. I won't even allow you to marry my other daughter, Sadie.
Hold the phone, Daddy. I could use the action. Hey there, my name's Sadie.
Why is this garden gnome talking to me? I demand to see Hedwig Keisler.
Her name is Hedy Lamarr.
Stop speaking, gnome.
You're a rude little bastard, aren't you?
Hedy re-enters, dressed to leave.
Fritz, what are you doing here?
Hedwig, you know this man?
We are acquaintances.
Who are destined to be married. Right?
Fritz, what are you saying?
From the moment that I saw you, I said, she's gorgeous, and I fell in love. And in Austria, there is only she who is as beautiful as me. So I am making plans to manipulate my power in the Third Reich to woo and marry Hedwig Keisler.
Hedy Lamarr.
Fritz, you can't force me to marry you.
Actually, I can. It's kind of what we do. We will be married in 3 weeks' time. I will introduce you to my friends at a banquet for mein Führer at mine own mansion. It will be the soiree of the season. Your entire family will be invited, of course.
As a Jew, I cannot abide.
Please do not persist in your boring political speech. I insist you all be at this event.
So, this event, would you say it's a party?
Of course.
So, it's a Nazi party? Get it? Like a party, but also a political party, like the National Socialists consist of a political party in Germany, but also the play on words being a physical party.
They even get it!
Like a Nazi party!
Shut up, Sadie.
So, whatever your plans are, Hedwig, you must change them and become the next Frau Mandel.
But I was on my way to Hungary to become a great actress.
Oh, I'm afraid that's not in your destiny, Hedwig Keisler.
Her name is Hedy Lamarr. She is a star. And if you're going to marry her, you need to know it. She is luminous. She doesn't have a common name like Hedwig Keisler anymore. Her name is Hedy Lamarr.
I do not like you. You are rude to me, but also I find you unattractive.
I know you are, but what am I?
Hedwig, if you do not marry me, I don't think you want to guess what I will do.
Fritz, I will marry you. Of course, I will marry you.
Hedwig!
Mother, please. Of course, I would have liked a longer courtship, but...
So, you will marry me?
On one condition. That you let me follow my dreams as an actress.
Why would I allow that? I have the power to have you as my wife now.
But I'll never be your lover unless you allow me my dream. Don't you want me as your lover?
It's a convincing argument, yes. And truly, I would prefer you to be happy. Fine, I accept your conditions. I will take you to church now and be married. Your Jew parents can come along.
My wife is not a Jew.
Not that that matters.
You're right, it doesn't matter, Jew. We will be married, and I will send you to Hungary for your dream. But remember, I will be back home, waiting for you.
Of course you will, my dear Fritz.
Oh, Hedwig, what are you feeling right now?
I don't know. I'm getting married. I'm going to work on my first film. It's as if many years of my life are being condensed into one 5-minute scene in a play.
A production assistant enters.
Hedy Lamarr? Is there a Hedy Lamarr here?
Yes? How did you know?
I'm here to escort you to Hungary on the request of Herr Reinhardt.
You will have to wait until after the wedding. You may accompany us if you like.
I'll come with you as soon as we're done.
Hedy, Fritz, father, mother, and the Nazis exit for the wedding. Sadie remains with the assistant.
Oh, Hedy, what a curse it is to be beautiful. Thankfully for me, I have talent and pluckiness. I'll persevere in the long run. So what's your job?
I'm a production assistant for the movie directed by Gustav Makati.
Lovely. So let's go.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to Hungary. I'm going there with my sister, you know, the star of the movie.
We only have space on the train for one girl.
But I have to be there for her on this important occasion.
Well, if you're up for walking, you should be there in just a couple of months.
He leaves. She stands there for a moment.
Well, isn't that great?
Sadie starts walking off with her suitcase. The scene changes. Scene 3, set of ecstasy. Lights up on a movie set. Gustav enters, ordering crew around.
Okay, everyone. We need to keep a tight ship today. We're shooting a very sensitive scene.
Reinhardt enters.
Good morning, Gustav. How's that girl working out for you?
Oh, she's perfect. The most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Where did you find her?
She applied for my theater school, but I knew it was that face. Talent would only get in her way. So I sent her over to you.
I am in your debt. Of course, today we are shooting our most difficult scene. The scene where she consummates her relationship with her lover.
Gustav, are you serious? What are you planning on showing?
Well, no genitals, of course.
Oh.
But I hope to show her naked form as well as her face in the throes of passion.
That's never been done before on film.
I am a genius innovator.
But do you think Miss Kaiser will know how to give that performance? She is so young and virginal.
I have a plan, Max. I have a few tricks up my sleeve, quite literally, in fact.
Do tell.
Hedy enters.
Gustav, I have some questions about this scene. The script is very vague.
It has to be due to the government.
What exactly is happening?
Don't worry, my dear. I will guide you through it. Please, just trust me.
Of course, I will trust you, Gustav. Oh, how I wish my sister was here.
You look beautiful, Hedwig. I am so proud of you.
The Reinhardt, how wonderful to see you.
I always knew the camera would fall in love with your face. Oh.
Well, yes, but my talent.
Plenty of people have talent, Hedy, but what you can offer is so much more. You are a goddess on earth.
I don't know, Mr. Reinhardt, I suppose.
Look, remember that always. Each step you take is a gift the earth you walk on.
We're ready for you, Frau Kessler.
Lamarr. My name is Lamarr.
Now, Hedy, this is the scene where you fall in love with Adam, played by Albert.
Albert waves gawkishly.
For this scene, we will just be focusing on your close-up. All I need for you to do is to lay there in a dreamlike state. I will be trying some exercises for you to work on. Just react naturally.
Yes, Gustav.
As I said, I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
He pulls from his sleeve a long metal pin.
Cameras ready?
Ready?
Action!
Music plays. Hedy lies happily on the bed. During this, Fritz enters quietly to watch.
That's right, Hedy. You are in bliss. The world is wonderful, and now...
He stabs his thigh with the pin. Hedy screams.
Use it, Miss Lamarr. How does it make you feel?
Like I'm being stabbed in the thigh?
Dreamlike. Keep it dreamlike.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so...
He stabs her again.
Ah! So happy. Oh my God, why is this happening?
Keep it up, Hedy.
Oh God. This is like a beautiful dream.
He stabs her one last time.
Cut. I think we got it.
So, what was all that about?
Oh, you need not worry your innocent mind, Miss Lamarr. You were perfect. You gave me just what I needed. You provided me with the cinematic image of ever experiencing the ecstasy of being with Adam.
The ecstasy of Adam? Oh, you mean I was orgasming?
You know about that?
I've never experienced it myself.
Oh.
With a man, that is. But I have experimented. There's this candlestick.
Fritz, mute.
Enough! I've seen and had enough!
Fritz, what are you doing here?
I came to surprise you. Had I known what kind of set I was walking in on.
Amandel, I assure you this is the most respectable film project.
Hedy, you will come home with me tonight, and I will keep you away from this shady business for the rest of your life.
Please, Fritz, listen to reason.
We will finish this film. You cannot stop us.
If this film is released in any form, I will buy every print and destroy it.
You wouldn't.
Ask Herr Reinhardt if I would.
He certainly has power and influence, but none that can reach that far.
Your kind will never win out over righteous men like me.
Fritz, calm down. This is my work.
Come with me now, Hedwig. I will be satisfied. You will come back to Austria.
I'm sorry, Fritz. I have work to finish.
I will see you at home.
He leaves.
You will see me in hell first.
Gustav, what do we do?
We finished the film.
If every work of art was halted because some idiot objected to it, we'd be all out of a job.
Take 5, everyone.
The crew leaves separately. Sadie appears with her suitcase out of breath.
I've finally made it. This is the glamorous life.
Sadie, you're here.
I walked all the way. I knew I couldn't miss your first film.
You missed something worse. You missed Friedrich making a fool of himself. I will never marry him now.
In his defense, he is rich and handsome.
I don't care. Oh, Sadie, I'm so scared.
Why? Everything will work out for us. You'll do this movie, become a star, and then we'll go to Hollywood. We'll be in musicals, and the world won't know what hit him.
Telegram boy enters.
Telegram for Miss Keisler.
Let me see.
Boy leaves.
Hedwig, come home. Stop. Sadie, you can come home too. Stop. Your father is ill. Stop. He is screaming in grief for his daughter. Stop. Come home before it is too late.
Stop.
How did you know?
We have to go home.
I just got here.
As soon as I finish shooting, I'll have enough money that we can take the train home.
Train? Are you sure you can afford?
After this movie, things will be different, Sadie. I can feel it. We'll be able to buy the moon.
Oh, Hedy, I always dreamed this day would come. Granted, I usually dreamt that I was also in the movie being famous and...
It's only a matter of time, Sadie. But for now, let's pray for our father.
Scene 4, back at home. Lights up on father in bed, mother at his side.
Oh, Gertrude, how cruel of life to strike me down when I am still so young.
It breaks my heart to see you like this. You may still yet live.
I'm afraid not. I can feel the life leaving me. Perhaps it's for the best. I do not trust the direction this country is going. Hitler is going to ruin everything and destroy.
Quiet now, Emil. Quiet now. You need your strength.
Is my beautiful daughter and the other one? Where are they?
They are arriving by train.
here any minute.
Hedy and Sadie rush in.
Papa, how are you?
I never should have left. I should never.
Girls, compose yourselves. Your father is ill, but he is getting better. Right, Emile?
Girls, I'm glad you are both here. I need to say something to each of you.
Yes, Papa.
Yes, Papa?
First, Hedy, you are my angel. I wish nothing but happiness and success for you. Find what you desire and fight for it. Remember what I told you? Reach for the stars.
Thank you, Papa. I will. I love you.
I cherish you, my darling girl.
They embrace.
Now, Sadie, this isn't easy for me.
It's fine, Papa. I'm here and listening. Take your time.
I know I've been dismissive of you, sometimes a little cruel. Perhaps I've called you birthless, a disappointment, the product of a poisoned seed.
It's fine, Papa. I understand.
Please, let me finish. I've called you repulsive, disgusting, untalented, verseless.
Yes, you've said that one already. I get the point.
Despite all of that, I want to tell you, I need to tell you, Sadie.
With a loud gasp of life, father dies.
Papa? Papa? Well, isn't that great?
Oh no, Papa, don't leave us.
May God grant him peace.
Two Nazis appear at the door.
Guten Abend. Is Edwig Keisler at home?
Who wants to know?
We are friends of your husband, Friedrich Mandel.
Fritz?
He has sent us to take his wife home. She is needed at the party tonight.
I am his wife, but I cannot come tonight. My father has just died.
Wasn't he a Jew?
Perhaps he was.
A pity. Nevertheless, you must come with us.
I shall not come.
We had prepared for this.
Nazi 2 pulls out a gun and shoots in the air. They all scream.
You will come with us, or else you and your whole family will die.
Very well. I will go. Please, put the gun down.
He does.
Excellent yelling, officer. It was very commanding.
Oh, Danko. You see, we were practicing on the way here.
I was like, I don't know what to do with my hands. So I thought, I have a gun. I can shoot it.
I thought a bit dramatic, but it proved effective, yeah?
Yes, very effective.
Please, give me 5 minutes of privacy to pay my respects, and I'll join you outside very shortly.
Ah, very well. We will be waiting.
They leave.
Hedy, what'll we do?
We leave tonight. We'll use the party as a distraction, and we will all leave the country.
No, Hedy, I must stay here.
Mother, no. You must come with us.
And leave this house, your father's house, our house? Never. I will be safe. The Nazis distrust the Jews, but I am Catholic. I should be fine.
I pray you are right.
Hedy, do you have a plan?
I'm not sure. It may not work, but it's our only hope.
Scene 5, the Nazi party. A couple enters in dress attire.
This mansion is absolutely wonderful.
The Nazis must be doing something right if they're this rich.
Another couple enters.
I feel so important. All the important Nazis are here tonight. Herr Mandel knows everyone.
I hear they're going to make Germany great again.
Hedy and Fritz come out in their finest attire, Hedy wearing an absurd amount of jewelry.
I'm so glad you came back for this party, Hedwig. It would not have been the same without you.
I really didn't have much choice.
I apologize for the officers. I only wanted to make sure you knew how much I cared about you.
Your message was heard. Loud and crystal clear.
Excellent. Herr Goebbels will be here tonight. He will talk to me about possibly producing films for the Third Reich.
I suppose you'll want me in them?
No! I never want to see you in another film ever again. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Do you understand me?
Of course. My life's goal is to support you however I can. That is why I wanted to wear all my finest jewelry tonight to show everyone how prosperous you are.
I'm sorry, Hedwig. I lost my temper. I should have known I could trust you.
Sadie has entered during this and has started talking to one of the other couples.
As I said, this is quite the Nazi party. As in, this is a party and it's a political party. It's what they call a pun.
What is your annoying sister doing here?
My sister comes with me wherever I go. Sadie, darling, come here.
There you are. Well, don't you look divine?
As do you, doesn't she, Fritz?
Guten Abend, Frau Geisler.
Guten Abend, oh so serious. Lighten up. Everyone's so glum. I'm like the life of the Nazi party. Get it? Party as in actual.
I get it.
It's what's called a pun.
Please do not embarrass me. This is a very important event.
Why would I embarrass you? You should introduce me to all your friends as the next big Austrian movie star. Hedy and I are going to do movies together someday.
Hedwig is retiring from acting.
What?
Yes, no more films. It is unbecoming of a political wife.
That's horrible. That's... Oh, I get it. Wink, wink. Yeah, you're quitting acting. You're totally quitting, and I'm completely on board with it.
Sadie, why don't you help me check on dinner? It should be ready any minute.
Oh, sure.
Hedy exits as Sadie follows, but is stopped by Fritz.
I do not like your influence over my wife, and I do not like your presence in my home.
Let go of me.
I will tolerate you for Hedwig's sake, but if you make a fool of me, I will have you shot.
Fritz storms out, dropping a note from his pocket. During all of this, the couples dispatch, leaving the two male Nazis.
Jeez, they say I'm dramatic. Wait a minute, what's this?
She picks up the note, and the Nazis see her and freak out.
What are you doing? Put that paper down.
Relax, it just has some random numbers on it. Looks like codes.
She has stolen top secret information.
Arrest her. She knows too much. Plus, that dress is criminal.
It was on sale. It was a steal.
She admits to stealing.
Handcuff her to that table.
He does so.
You will be punished for your insolence. Would you like to know our plan?
I really don't care.
The Nazis have begun our takeover of Germany. And in a few years, we will take over Europe and then the world.
You're crazy.
It is a bit ambitious.
But we will succeed. In a few years, we will start with Poland. They are so stupid, they won't even expect it or fight back. A world war may begin, but we will be ready. And we will take England and America and already have allies in Italy. There is nothing you can do.
What are you going to do to me?
You know too much. You must die.
Well, isn't that great?
Should we get the approval of the Deputy Chancellor? After all, she is the sister-in-law of a well-regarded munition supplier.
Oh, well, that'll take some time. Perhaps you should let me go.
Silence! The Deputy Chancellor is here tonight. We will merely go to the other room.
Wait here.
Sure thing.
The Nazis leave. Sadie struggles.
Come on, Sadie. You can get out of this.
She tries to escape frantically, but fails miserably. Hedy enters in a hurry.
Sadie, there you are. What's happened?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's all a bit contrived.
Fritz is giving a speech. It's the perfect time to make our getaway.
That's great, Hedy. But as you can see, I'm handcuffed to this table.
Hedy lifts the table, allowing Sadie to slide under the leg, freeing herself.
Oh, well, that was easy.
We must go now.
Oh, but the handcuffs.
We'll worry about that later.
Sadie and Hedy leave just in time. Nazi 1 returns with Fritz and Goebbels. They speak in German, while subtitles appear on the screen. Again, mute.
Just check. What could be so important to ruin my speech?
Your wife's sister must be killed.
I can't say I object.
Now, we can't just kill anyone we want as much as I'd like to.
She has stolen information from Mandel.
He shows the paper.
Ah, I knew she was trouble. We must kill her.
Fine. Where is she?
Right here. She has escaped.
But why didn't you leave someone here to watch her?
Oh, that would have been smart. I actually could have done that.
Oh, it's fine. At least she doesn't know about our plans to invade Poland.
Goebbels, I may have mentioned it to her.
What? Warum?
I don't know. It seems like a natural thing to do at the time, to explain the big plan to be captured. It felt expected somehow.
That's such a narrative contrivance. It makes no sense.
I'm so sorry, Herr Goebbels.
Well, one of you has to die for this. I don't make the rules. I only follow orders.
Fritz and the Nazi point at each other.
Come now. I'm clearly the more important character in this play.
Scheiße. You're right.
Goebbels shoots Nazi 1.
Hey. Now, let's find that beach.
About to exit, but Fritz goes to the front of the stage.
Oh, Hedy, I will find you. You and your stupid sister, too.
Hey, Mandel, do you mind? We're in a hurry.
Oh, my God! I'm having a moment here. It's crucial foreshadowing. You haven't seen the last of me. You will remember the name Frederick Mandel. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you know, for such a diva Nazi.
They exit. Lights change. Escape transition. Lights up on Hedy and Sadie running.
Why are you wearing all your jewelry?
They will pay our way out of the country.
A locksmith appears.
Sir, can you get these handcuffs off?
Ja.
He removes the handcuffs. Hedy gives him a jewel.
Danke.
He goes. They keep running.
Wonderful. Do we have plane tickets?
We will.
A man appears.
Sir, can you get us fake passports?
Ja.
He gives them fake passports. Hedy gives him a jewel and he leaves.
With these passports, we'll get out of the country. No questions asked.
Oh, the woman in this passport picture is so beautiful. Perhaps we should switch.
Sadie, don't say that.
He looks at the picture.
Well, you do have a point.
They switch and a customs man approaches.
Hello. What is the reason for your trip?
Business. We're going to Hollywood.
We're going to do musicals.
Have a safe trip.
Hollywood.
Their dreams come true.
Part 2. Scene 1. The Hollywood lot. Music plays and Hedy and Sadie run out to a set where people are singing and dancing.
All right, beautiful people. Thanks for coming. Our casting agents are ready to see you.
This was Marnie. Everyone but Marnie, Sadie, and Hedy enter into a room.
This truly is the heaven we've been imagining. Oh, Hollywood, you are the answer to our dreams.
Where do we go, Sadie?
Well, I don't know, but you need to learn to speak.
What's wrong with how I speak?
We're in America now, Hedy. You need to sound normal. We can't have any Austrian accents at all. Now, repeat after me. Wonderful.
Wunderbar.
Oh, goodness. No, really hit the R. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
They continue for a bit, repeating the word back and forth.
It's a touch affected, but maybe they'll go for that. There's the room. Let's go apply.
Wonderful.
They exit to a room. Alan and Marnie remain at a desk.
Another pair of young hopefuls coming to Hollywood. God bless them.
I can't stand the Hollywood optimism. Such fools.
Such a cynic.
And you're not. I'm done with this town. I'm tired of these hypocritical capitalists who pretend they're artists. And speaking of...
John Loder walks in. Quick note, he's British.
Is Louis B. Mayer available?
No, he's not. He's reviewing new talent.
Of course he is.
What's the matter?
Nothing. He just reduced the budget of my picture.
I'm sure there's a reason. We are, after all, recovering from a depression.
It's a musical. We need to make a convincing spectacle.
The man makes a good point. What's a picture without glitz and glamour, sequence and dancing?
I can't help you there, John. I'm sorry.
Outrageous! I'm trying to make money for this studio. Don't they understand?
What a shame. Tell me, I appreciate the girls and gams, but will there be any male meat in this movie? I don't expect full nudity, but perhaps some tight slacks and bare chests.
God, Alan, do you have to be such a fag?
Excuse me?
Pardon, I don't mean to offend.
And yet you've succeeded.
But you're such a sissy. Why must you be such a stereotype?
Really? Let me ask you, are you married? With kids?
Yes, I only have one for now. We're hoping to have another.
A dog? Nice house?
Of course.
Well, why are you such a stereotype?
Ah, that's a poor comparison.
Look, I was raised a Southern boy. I was poor, but I scavenged for pennies to go to the movies. I dreamed of sequins because even in black and white, they knew how to shine. At 16, I hightailed it to Hollywood because I needed a life in Technicolor. And I worked hard to be the lackey that stands before you today. I've got problems and insecurities, like my weight and whether I come off as a bit much. Am I a bit much? Don't answer, I know. I'm sorry my masculinity isn't your idea of masculinity. But by definition, I am a man and I exist. Stereotypes are not defined by those who live life, but those who judge it. At the moment, I'm choosing to live it. So if you were hoping to see something more original, might I suggest you work on your own damn self before pointing your stereotypical finger at me?
Why, I never!
Give someone else an orgasm? We can tell.
Loder exits.
You're a delight to talk to, you know that?
Mayer enters from the room excited with Hedy. Sadie follows sheepishly.
Everyone, I found a new star. What were you doing auditioning for measly extra work?
I just needed work, Mr. Mayor. Any work at all.
Well, I shall make you a star.
Gracious, it's the Ecstasy Girl.
What?
The Ecstasy Girl. She's a sensation. Don't you read the foreign newspaper?
Of course I do.
This is the girl from the movie Ecstasy. Everyone's talking about it. The first orgasm on celluloid.
What? I don't know how I feel about that. I believe in making moral, upright movie making.
Mr. Mayor, that wasn't her fault. She didn't know what she was doing.
Well, I did somewhat.
She was used. A pawn in a devious scheme of mischievous filmmakers trying to create what they thought was art. Don't let this sparrow be shot down by their sundry deeds.
They weren't entirely honest with me, that's true.
Mr. Mayor, this is a gift. You can't turn her away.
Well, if you promise to be less slutty, then welcome aboard. I need a female lead opposite Charles Boyer in a new film, someone European and exotic. You'll do just fine. I'll promote you as the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
But what about Sadie?
Oh, yes. What about Sadie?
Who?
My sister, Sadie. We came together. I can't do anything without her.
Oh, I'm sure we can get her a secretary job within the studio. Maybe it'll lead to something.
A secretary job?
Sadie, please. I promise after I'm established, I'll make them get something for you.
Well, I guess I could use the money.
Oh, ha, ha, ha! I'm not going to pay you. But Hedy Lamarr, you will be rich and famous.
I will.
Isn't that great?
Scene 2, Sadie's first day in the office. Lights up on Marnie giving Sadie a tour of the office.
So this is the desk where I do desk work. Most of the job is typing up letters and such. Try to rewrite them so they look less like assholes.
I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, it's easy. Try it. Okay. A director wants to write a letter to a producer. He's pissed that his budget is being cut, and he wants to say you're a creative black hole who doesn't know any art and should give him more money, or he's an arrogant dipshit. How do you translate that?
Please, just give me work and be nice to me. I just want to do work.
Is that what you would say, or are you saying that to me right now?
I'm not sure.
How can you not be sure? What did you mean?
I think you think I think about things that I say more than I actually think.
Ah. So, perhaps you shouldn't be typing letters. Just answer the telephone and look busy.
Can do, boss.
Gene Markey enters.
Marnie, is Louie in? I'm taking him out to lunch.
Mr. Mayor is on set at the moment.
Damn. Well, I guess I'll have to take you out instead.
Fresh. He'll be back shortly. Take a seat.
Good day, sir. Would you like to have a seat?
Who's the new girl?
My name's Sadie. Sadie Lamarr. I came to Hollywood to be a star.
Well, with a smile like that, I'm sure you'll go far.
Watch out for this one, Sadie. He is a shameless flirt. And he'll be the last person to tell you that he's married.
Divorced, actually.
What? Divorced? When did that happen?
Finalized last month.
I'm so sorry, Gene.
Don't be. I'd rather you congratulate me. One marriage down, only 3 more to go to keep up with the Hollywood standard. Oh, the name's Gene Markey, by the way. Nice to meet you, Miss Sadie Lamarr.
A pleasure. Are you in pictures?
Oh, they wouldn't dare put this ugly mug on the silver screen. No, just a writer and producer. Oh, and a celebrated raconteur.
Maybe one day we'll have the pleasure to work together.
A pleasure indeed.
Hedy enters with Busby Berkeley. They are talking excitedly. Markey sees them.
Whoa! Who's that? Her eyes, her hair, what poise!
Oh, that's my sister, Hedy.
Your sister? How can that be? She's so beautiful.
Well, isn't that typical?
Do you really mean it, Mr. Berkeley?
You're just who I'm looking for. Your face will light up the screen.
Sadie, I just had to tell you as soon as I heard. Mr. Busby Berkeley wants to cast me in his next film.
Oh, Hedy, that's wonderful.
And guess what? It's a musical. They'll be singing and dancing.
Ziegfeld Girl, a musical melodrama spectacular.
That's the much anticipated sequel to The Great Siegfried. Is that finally getting off the ground?
It is, and it's bound to be superior in every way.
Well, with this lovely lady involved, how can it not be?
I'm sorry, have we met?
Apologies. Eugene Markey, but my friends call me Gene.
Hedy Lamarr, nice to meet you.
Louis Mayer enters with Alan.
But Mr. Mayor, all I'm asking is for a meeting to discuss finances.
It's not a good day, Alan. Look, I'm sure you have passion, but your personality turns a lot of people off.
Most producers around here seem to benefit from such an aggressive personality.
Your idea is half-baked and you've no experience as a lead producer. Find a co-producer and a director who will back you, and I'll be able to write up the contracts.
There's the man who puts the M in MGM.
Gene, we were supposed to meet for lunch.
It's fine. I have had delightful company.
I can't today. Buddy Epson is in the hospital. He had an allegoric reaction to his silver face makeup.
Silver face makeup? Why would he be wearing...
Don't ask. Batshit crazy movie musical. Anyway, I have to recast on the fly, deal with my insurance lawyers.
Say no more. Another time.
If it helps, Louis, I've got some good news. I found my secondary lead for my musical, Miss Hedy Lamarr.
You want to do it?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Splendid. Wonderful. Which movie?
Ziegfeld Girl.
Is that back on course?
Most of my principal cast is set.
Then let's sign some contracts. Marnie?
On it, Louis B.
Mayor and Busby head into the office.
Sadie, could you hand me those papers in the top drawer?
This drawer?
Yes.
These papers?
Yes.
All of them?
Oh my God!
Marnie snatches the contract papers from Sadie.
Good work. Watch the phones.
Marnie exits to the office. Hedy tries to follow, but Markey intercepts.
Since it appears I'm without a lunch date now, would you be interested in accompanying me to the Brown Derby? You know, to celebrate?
I don't even know you, sir. Why would I want to celebrate my new job with you?
Oh, I don't want to celebrate that. I want to celebrate the day that I met my next wife.
All right, I need to go now.
Brown Derby. I'll be waiting.
Hedy scoffs and goes into the office.
I'm free for lunch.
No, you're busy. I don't want to disrupt you.
Phone rings.
That Marnie runs a tight ship.
Sure. Louis B. Mayor's office. Sorry, he's in a meeting now.
So, Jean, would you be interested in producing?
Oh, Alan, I'm not in the market for a new project right now, but can I give you some advice? Get a wife. The suits feel more comfortable with a family man.
At the risk of stating the obvious.
I know. I'm just saying, if you want to get a pass into the men's club, it wouldn't hurt to grow a little beard on that chin of yours. And there's plenty of desperate women in this town to go around.
Marquis exits. Sadie hangs up the phone. Hedy emerges quickly from the office.
Sadie, in all the excitement, I forgot to tell you the best part of the news.
What's that?
There are 3 lead roles in Mr. Berkeley's movie. The star is Judy Garland. I'm to play the second girl, but the third girl still hasn't been cast.
Do you mean?
The girl they wanted was asking for too much money, so I suggested you. And they really seemed to like the idea of a sister act in the film, for publicity and such.
Oh, Hedy, what news? We're actually going to be in a Hollywood musical with each other.
Now, nothing's set, but, Sadie, I think it's actually going to happen for us.
Then get back in there, Ms. Lamarr, and seal that deal.
I will, but real quickly, what do you think about Mr. Markey?
Ugh, not a fan.
Yeah, it's a bit cheesy, but I've always wanted to go to the Brown Derby.
Hedy returns to the office.
Hedy? I just wish a man, any man, would look at me the way they look at Hedy.
Well, Hollywood is a dream factory. I suppose it can handle a nightmare or two.
Goes to Sadie.
Miss Lamarr, how are you enjoying your first day?
Not exactly what I had in mind when I dreamed of Tinseltown.
It seldom is. Look, if you're still free for lunch, and if you'd like to eat, I'm free is what I'm hinting at, and
Alan, are you asking me out on a date? Must say I'm surprised.
Yes, I'm sure you've heard some stories around town.
Yes, I have. You're a budding director and Hollywood bigwig. You can have any girl in town. Why me?
Wait, are you serious?
About what?
You're not picking up any vibes about me?
I'm picking up the vibe that you're not very good at asking girls out for lunch.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you're adorable.
Please, don't be so fresh with me, sir. If you want my affections, you must woo me. I've been burned by smooth-talking Hollywood types before. And by before, I mean just like 5 minutes ago.
You want me to woo you, hmm? Well, tell me, what would it take to woo you?
I want romance. To be swept off my feet. I want a love that's real and tangible as Hollywood.
I think I know just the thing.
Really?
Sure. Just between you and me and the rest of the world, I believe in the power of musical theater.
Alan snaps his finger and music starts playing. Alan sings.
Sadie, my dear, a lady I hear needs more than mere pleas for romance. To catch her desire, you need to conspire to entice with a song and a dance. So alas, understand that when I see you, I can't say how. I feel a discomfort within, and the queasiness stays even now. So darling, you make me nauseous, you make me want to hurl. You're my kind of girl. Whenever I think of us on a date, I can't help but want to regurgitate. Yes, you, only you can make me nauseous.
So beautiful. Scene 3, set of Ziegfeld Girl. The song develops into a full-on production number, which transitions to a number being directed by Busby Berkeley on the set of Ziegfeld Girl.
Cut! That was a great rehearsal, everybody. Take 10 and we'll run it again with the principals.
The dancers relax and slowly disperse. Alan watches.
Lovely work, Buzz Baby. Sure to be a hit.
Thank you. Who are you again?
Alan Mercer. My film All-American Girl just got the green light.
Oh, yes. It sounds like a fun B movie.
Nothing wrong with a B movie.
Oh, never said there was. I made my career on...
Our paths crossed briefly outside Louis B. Mayer's office, the day you signed Hedy Lamarr to this film. What was it, about 4 months ago now?
About that. I wish production had started sooner, but we had an actress hold out on us.
Women, right? I recently married, and my wife is a handful.
Married? You're married? You're kidding.
No. I'm married, and I have a lot of sexy times with her. She's working on this film, in fact.
That at least explains why you're here. Who's your wife?
Sadie enters, wearing a glamorous but skimpy costume with a ridiculous headpiece.
Oh, Alan, thank God you're here. Does this costume make me look enormous?
Larger than life. You look like a star.
Oh, that's good. When I saw myself in the mirror, I felt a little cheap.
Ah, this is your wife. Everything makes sense now.
Hedy enters with Hedda Hopper.
So, Hedy, tell me, how is production for your next film going?
Splendid. I've only been on set a few days, but I already feel a kinship with Sandra, my character. She's a woman who reluctantly enters show business, but ultimately...
Delightful! Any other news that you want to share with my readers?
News? Well, I don't know if your readers would be interested, but in my spare time, I'm a bit of an inventor. And recently, I've been working on this system of sharing radio signals that...
No, sweetie. I mean about the upcoming nuptials to a Mr. Eugene Markey.
Oh, yes, my engagement to Jean. We hope to keep it a quiet event, just close family.
How romantic.
Oh, Miss Hopper, I'm such a big fan of your column.
Of course you are. You are... who are you?
This is my sister, Sadie. She's also an actress.
Well, maybe you could write something about me. To be in Hedda Hopper's column would be a dream come true. You know, I recently got married.
No one cares about you, darling. Normal people get married every day.
How rude. I'm not just a normal person.
Sadie, please don't make a scene. Hedda is just doing her job.
It's all right, Miss Lamarr. We'll chat later. Ta-ta!
Hedda exits.
Hedy, why didn't you stand up for me?
Who cares what that horrible woman thinks, Sadie? Don't concern yourself too much with it. You need to focus. It's your first day on set.
I know. It's so exciting. Our dream of doing a musical together is coming true.
Unfortunately, neither one of us gets to perform in any of the numbers.
What? How's that?
Sadie, didn't you read the script?
Wait, it's a musical. I didn't know there was a script.
We just play Ziegfeld Girls. Judy Garland sings most of the songs while we stand in the background looking glamorous.
Oh. Well, there are worse jobs, I suppose.
I'm just so tired of playing the pretty face. The studio will never cast me in anything that doesn't mostly consist of looking mysterious and sultry.
Nice work, if you can get it.
But maybe this might lead to another musical where we can headline.
I'm sure of it.
Judy Garland enters.
Oh, goodness! Look, it's the set! Where are the dancers? Where are the dancers?
They're on break, Judy darling.
Oh, I love dancers. They make everything so beautiful. When do we start?
Soon, Judy, very soon.
Miss Garland, I'm Hedy Lamarr. It's an honor to work with you.
Goodness gracious! You're beautiful! I want to wear your skin!
That's lovely. And this is my sister, Sadie. She's also in the movie.
You're dressed like a dancer! You're beautiful! I love it! I love everyone!
I love you, Judy Garland. You're my favorite person.
I'm my favorite person too! I need an espresso and some pills!
Now calm down, Judy. We'll need you in a minute.
James Stewart enters.
Where do I need to go? Do I need to be somewhere?
Oh my God, it's Jimmy Stewart.
How's everybody doing?
We didn't actually need you today, Jimmy. We aren't filming any of your scenes.
I just wanted to be here. Magic of movies, you know. The magic. I mean, by gosh.
This is how I always imagined making movies would be.
Making movies, it's so strange to me.
Mr. Stewart, I just want to say I'm a big fan and I'm proud to work opposite you.
Well, that's great. That's great. Who are you?
Well, I'm Sadie Lamarr. I'm playing your love interest in this movie.
Are you? That's great. I mean, well, I thought it was, well, that's just great.
You seem surprised.
No, it's just, I thought, I probably misheard, but.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to ruin your break, but I thought it was necessary to introduce our newest member of the cast, Miss Lana Turner.
Lana Turner walks out in a grand style. It goes on for a bit.
Thank you, Busby, for that contractually obligated introduction.
Oh, Lana Turner. She was in that one thing. Who is she playing?
I'm playing the chorus girl who's in love with Jimmy over there.
That's what I thought.
I would have signed on sooner, but the studio wouldn't offer me enough money. Plus, they said they were ready to give the role to some screwball nobody, so I said yes, but only if I got an awesome entrance on set.
Well, there you go. I'm sure it was worth it.
Well, I'm sorry, Sadie. I hope this experience isn't too embarrassing for you.
The jokester enters with a bottle of seltzer.
Oh, bottle of seltzer for Miss Sadie Lamarr. Are you Miss Sadie Lamarr? Bottle of seltzer for you.
Jokester sprays Sadie with seltzer, then exits.
Well, isn't that great?
Are you all right, miss?
Honestly, I've had worse days.
This is so exciting! This is so exciting! We're shooting a movie! Everyone, we're shooting a movie!
Sadie, I'm so sorry. No one told me.
Okay, everyone gather around. Break's over. We're about to film the big musical.
Mayor enters frantically.
Everyone stop what they're doing.
So we be. What's this all about?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Japanese have attacked a base off Hawaii.
What? Is this an act of war?
I can't imagine how it can be seen as anything else.
The Axis powers attacking American soil.
Who knows what'll happen, but I can't help but think America's going to war.
Finally, America will do the right thing.
Yes! This is needed, but it's sad. So sad, but needed. What is happening?
Judy, you seem agitated.
I know! I have so many emotions: scared, happy, sad, music, pills. I have so many emotions.
All right, Judy, calm down. What does this mean for us, Louis B?
Go home, everyone. Hug your loved ones. That's all I've got to say for now.
Mayor and everyone exit except Hedy, Sadie, and James.
Oh, this is horrible. Horrible. And my contract with MGM is up for renewal after this film.
What are you saying?
Oh, time for me to break from acting. After this movie, I'm going to sign up for the Air Force. I'll defend my country like my father before me. There are bigger things than movies to perform in now.
He exits.
Oh, Sadie, he's right. We need to fight the Nazis. There is nothing more important in the world than that right now. If I was a man, I would pick up a gun and fight.
I know, but what can we do?
I've been thinking about an invention that could be useful in the deployment of torpedoes. Frequency hopping. If I could only figure out a way to send frequencies randomly via code.
The pianist stands up. He is George N. High. Oh, what about piano rolls?
Whoa! Who are you? Where did you come from? What is this black magic?
I'm the piano player, George N. Hyle. I've literally been here the entire time. Where did you think all the music was coming from?
I don't know. I always picture musical pixies dancing in the wings with their little instruments.
Oh, no, it was me. Over there.
What was that you were saying about piano rolls?
Maybe we can use the piano rolls that play songs on the piano without human interaction to control the frequencies.
Fascinating. And maybe, oh, sorry, Sadie, this conversation may go over your head, but what if we science, physics, signals to create a single science frequency, build a science.
Yes. And then we can substitute music chords, harmony with science and signal science.
Yes. And then we can science until we achieve master science.
Oh, what if we geometry, algebra science?
Sadie, you're talking nonsense.
But what if we science, physics, science, math?
That might work, but what if instead of science, math, we science, and science?
By golly, that's just crazy enough to work. I'll send in the paperwork to get the patent. It's been a pleasure working with you, Ms. Lamarr.
Indeed, George. See you later.
Oh, you won't see me again. George sits back down at the piano as Sadie leaves muttering.
Jeez. Science is hard.
Scene 4. World War II montage. Lights shift to Hedy alone. Patriotic music plays. Uncle Sam enters.
Hedy Lamarr, America needs you. Would you be interested in joining the Inventors Council?
That would be an honor. Of course I would.
Great. Of course, there is no guarantee your inventions will be of any use.
That's true.
After all, your last patent probably won't be of any use until after the war.
The way things work, I suppose.
But we're happy to have you join the Inventors.
Wait. Perhaps I can be of greater service raising money for the war effort as a celebrity.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Uncle Sam wants you.
Gene Markey enters.
Hedy, it's been fun.
It's tough to pin a guy like you down.
Divorce papers are in the mail. No hard feelings, right?
Go to hell, Gene.
Gene exits. 2 reporters enter.
Miss Lamarr, is it true that you're divorcing Eugene Markey?
When's your next film coming out?
Gene and I have mutually agreed to go our separate ways. We would appreciate your privacy during this time. I have many movies in development, but more importantly, I encourage all Americans to buy more war bonds.
Welcome, ladies and gents, and thank you for coming to the War Bond Rally. Let's have a hand for our special guest, Hedy Lamarr.
Thank you all for having me. Say, is that a uniformed soldier in the audience?
Hey, son, why don't you come up and join us on stage? What's your name?
Eddie, dressed in a sailor uniform, enters from the audience.
Eddie. Ensign Edward Rhodes.
Well, Miss Lamarr, I think Eddie here deserves a reward for his service to our great country.
I would be honored to give him a kiss.
Oh, golly.
But only if everyone here buys enough war bonds.
Hear that, everyone? Buy war bonds so our boy Eddie here can get a kiss from the most beautiful woman in the world.
Lights shift and Uncle Sam and Eddie continue at the rally, but Marnie enters with a script.
So, Mr. Mayor wants you to do this new Michael Curtiz flick.
I've read the script, another Algiers knockoff. Have they even come up with an ending yet?
Not yet. I bet they'll have Ilsa end up with Humphrey Bogart.
Tired of being the dim-witted, glamorous woman who's merely a prize for the hero. I refuse.
All right. They'll probably just give it to the other foreign chick.
Marnie exits. Lights shift back to the rally.
We did it! Now, how about that kiss?
Eddie gives Eddie a gentle kiss.
Let's give a cheer for Ensign Eddie Rhodes!
Eddie returns to the audience. The reporters pipe up again.
Hedy, as a former German, how is your family dealing with the war?
My mother is the only family I have left in Germany. I hope to get her out and take her into my home in Los Angeles.
Mother appears in a special light.
Hedy, I must get out of here. I've successfully hid the fact that I was born a Jew, but I fear that it might not matter soon. Please send help.
Lights out on Mother.
I am so grateful by how America welcomes refugees from war and how supportive this beautiful country is of immigrant families like my own.
Any truth to the rumors about your love life?
No need for rumors. I'm seeing British actor John Loder. Last week he asked me for my hand and I said yes. We will be married as soon as we can. We appreciate privacy during this time.
John Loder walks out and stares beamingly at Hedy from the sidelines. The reporters ad-lib some more questions about their engagement.
And please, everyone buy more war bonds.
Lights shift to another war bond rally.
Son, come join us on the stage. What's your name?
Eddie comes down from the audience.
Eddie? Ensign Edward Rhodes.
So everyone, I'll make you a deal. If you buy enough war bonds, I'll give our brave Eddie here a kiss.
Golly!
Buy war bonds, everybody. Let's give Eddie a kiss from the most beautiful woman in the world.
Lights shift again. Uncle Sam and Eddie remain at the war bond rally. Marnie enters.
Mr. Mayor wants you to look over a script.
Oh, it's that remake of that dreadful film from the 30s.
It'll have a better budget this time.
Loder, staring in awe of Hedy, walks over to them.
It's such a poor depiction of marriage with a murderous, adulterous husband. I'm happily married now to an artist and a soldier. Marnie, this is my husband, John Loder.
Pleasure to meet you, my dear.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I want to do that delightful romantic comedy with William Powell, where we play a happily married couple. That's what the world wants now in these uncertain times.
Well, I must be off. I report for service in a week, and I must make arrangements in case I don't make it.
Don't speak like that. It worries me so.
Don't be so dramatic. It's the way things are during war times.
He exits.
Why does he do that? He gets me all worked up and then makes me feel embarrassed for showing concern for his well-being.
Ugh, I hate it when guys do that. There needs to be a term for it. Anyway, so that's a no for Gaslight?
Get Ingrid Bergman to do it if they like her so much. I refuse to play a victim.
Marnie exits. Lights back up on the war bond rally.
We did it! Now, how about that kiss?
Hedy gives Eddie a kiss, more passionately this time.
Let's give a cheer for Ensign Eddie Rhodes!
Eddie and Uncle Sam exit. The reporters return.
Hedy, how's married life treating you?
Splendidly. Isn't marriage a joy?
Hedy, is it true that you're Jewish?
What? No. I'm Catholic, as is my mother. Although we have great empathy for the Jewish people. That's why what is happening in Germany right now is so concerning to me and my family.
Has your mother managed to escape the country?
Yes, She arrived home a few weeks ago, just in time for the holidays.
A light comes up on Mother with Sadie.
So this is Los Angeles? I expected it to be warmer.
It's December, Mother.
Not impressed.
The light goes out.
Also, I'm happy to report that my mother will be able to help me out when the new baby arrives.
The reporters go crazy with questions.
All I can say is that I'm due any day now. Please, I'd appreciate privacy during this time. And remember to buy war bonds.
War bonds are important to the cause for you, aren't they, Mrs. Lamarr?
It's the least I can do, I suppose.
The reporters leave and Eddie comes out. They are backstage at another rally.
Another successful war bond rally, huh, Mrs. Lamarr?
Please, call me Hedy. It must seem so silly to you, having to pretend to be starstruck.
Oh, it's easy to act starstruck when the star is you.
Loader overhears this and emerges.
Hedy, that was quite the show.
Oh, John, Eddie, this is my husband, John Loader. You two have a lot in common. John is also in the armed forces.
And Eddie here is also an actor.
Oh, I'm no actor, sir. I have an old football injury, keeps me from active duty.
So this was your best option for service?
John, please.
They needed a volunteer. I accepted. We all have to make sacrifices, don't we, Mrs. Lamarr? I mean, Hedy.
That's right.
Have a pleasant night, folks.
He exits.
My first time to see you do one of these rallies. A pretty tacky display, I must say.
Oh, goodness, John, are you jealous? Eddie's just a boy. It's all an act.
You're not that good an actress.
He walks out. Mother enters from the other side of the stage with a child.
John.
A beautiful child, a wonderful marriage, and a glamorous career. I am so proud that my child has become so successful.
Mother hands the baby to Hedy and exits. Hedy is finally alone.
Yes. Successful.
Lights out, lights up on Hedda Hopper.
Good evening, radio listeners. Congratulations are in order for the luminous Ingrid Bergman, recently nominated and largely expected to win the Academy Award for Best Actress for her sensitive work in Gaslight. My sources tell me Hedy Lamarr was the first choice for Gaslight, but turned it down. Only goes to show, where there's beauty, there's not always brains. At least Hedy has a new baby girl to distract herself from her unfortunate choices. Merry Christmas, listeners. Peace on earth and goodwill to men.
Scene 5, family reunion. Mother comes home. Lights up on Sadie and Alan setting the table.
Isn't it exciting? Our first Christmas with Mother in America.
And perhaps your last for a while, depending on how those producers respond.
Do you really think someone from South America will want to produce your film?
Everyone else in Hollywood has passed after reading the script. This may be the last hope.
Even if they do, I don't plan to move to Argentina permanently. I couldn't bear to leave my family.
We'll have to make do. We need the money.
Actually, I have some good news to tell you. I had an audition and I've been cast.
Really? And what movie?
Oh, not a movie, a play, a Chekhov play.
Play? Well, that's something.
It's called The Cherry Orchard. I play Dunyasha.
What's it about?
Oh, it's about a maid who works on a cherry orchard.
That Chekhov. What'll he think of next?
Nothing. He's dead. But the point is, I finally got cast in a part. I'm a real actress.
And the best part is you get paid.
Well, the art is its own reward when you think about it.
Ah, I see. Try using that to reward to pay the rent.
Alan, please be happy for me. All these years I've been living in my sister's shadow. I need something that's all my own.
I'm happy for you. Truly, I am. It's just, I'm ashamed of myself a bit. I've been such a poor breadwinner for you.
I didn't marry you because I needed a breadwinner. I married you because you asked. Now tell me, why did you want to marry me?
Oh, Sadie, I'm not gonna lie and say that I fell in love with you and sparks and butterflies and whatever. That's not how it happened for me. I married you because you were like me, a lost soul who nobody loved. But we can be more, Sadie. Perhaps just by trying, we can be more.
I'm sure we can.
Hedy, holding a baby, and mother walk through the door.
So many flights of stairs to get to this room.
Apologize, Mother. It is a mansion, after all.
Oh, no need to apologize. I am happy to suffer when the home is so beautiful, despite all the stairs.
Oh, Mother, you're just in time for Christmas Eve dinner.
Did you cook it?
Of course not.
Oh, good. Oh, no offense, but I don't need the indigestion after the night we've had. Cooking was never your strong suit, Sadie, my dear.
Did you have a bad night?
We stopped by the MGM Christmas party.
Really? They had a Christmas party? Why wasn't I invited?
Be grateful that you weren't. It was just a glorified publicity event.
Oh, tacky. Everyone being so fake and condescending. They don't appreciate you, Hedwig.
It's just business, Mother. They see me as a commodity. I'm just playing the game.
Those types of parties are the worst. The press is there to work and the movie stars are there because of their contract. It's miserable.
Sounds glamorous to me.
Odor enters.
Pardon me, am I late?
You're right on time, love.
Then it's a Christmas miracle. How lovely to be here amongst family, and just as the war may finally be coming to an end.
Since we've all gathered, let's sit and enjoy the meal.
That sounds like a great idea.
I just love Christmas. I was raised a Jew, you know. But after seeing all the depictions of Christmas in Hollywood movies, I'm glad I converted.
What a lovely place setting. Did you do this all by yourself, Sadie?
Alan was a big help.
I can be a bit of a stickler when it comes to design.
You've been a great influence on your wife, Alan. Setting the table was never Sadie's strong suit.
It's true. I would always get distracted by my reflection in the spoon and inevitably stab myself with the fork. It's just, why am I upside down?
It's because of science.
Did you know, Jean, that your wife was a bit of an amateur scientist?
I believe she's mentioned an interest in the subject.
Not really an amateur. Many important people are interested in the art.
Always had such great curiosity about the world.
It was always my dream, even before being an actress. I prefer working in my lab to going to boring Hollywood parties.
Anything's better than those parties.
I've always envied Hedy's thirst for knowledge.
You should. You would have thought Sadie would compensate for her average complexion with intelligence, but alas, school was never really Sadie's strong suit.
I may not know much about science, but I am getting pretty good at crossword puzzles.
That's not impressive, Sadie. No one cares.
Crosswords are great fun. Really sharpen the mind.
Hedy, how's Denise?
Oh, she's been wonderful. Good as gold and better.
I love children. I think I enjoy being a father more than anything else in the world.
You're such a good man, John. A military man, an actor, a family man, British. You're a lucky girl, Hedy.
So, Alan, when are you and Sadie going to start a family?
No. Dealing with children is not really my strong suit.
We're focusing on getting this movie made first. We may have found an interested investor.
From South America. We're flying down to meet him next month. We're going international.
No, Hedy is an international celebrity.
Mother, everyone knows.
Everyone talks about how she's the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm always so proud to say that she's my daughter, a star in America now, as well as Europe.
No, that's right. Remember that movie where she ran through the forest naked?
Oh?
Sadie, we don't need to discuss that.
I remember that. Not my favorite film of yours, Hedy. I must say, it was a bit strange seeing my own daughter with her bare chest and tulip blossom dance across the screen, but it was successful, so.
What film was this?
I don't want to talk about that movie.
Good. Then maybe we can talk about my movie and my accomplishments for once.
I think I need to go rest for a minute. Or better yet, let me take Denise to the other room.
John, dinner isn't finished.
I feel like I need some quality time with my daughter. Alone. Enjoy the rest of dinner, everyone.
He exits, carrying the baby.
Why did you mention that film?
Did John not know about it? I thought everyone knew about it.
Tact was never really your strong suit.
I just wanted to talk about movies, about our movie. I didn't mean any harm. I'm just so tired of everyone talking about how great. I mean, I love you, Hedy. I'm so glad that you're happy.
Okay, Sadie, calm down.
Sorry, I'm getting out of breath.
Well, breathing was never your strong suit.
Mother, please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
He exits.
I'm sorry, Sadie, that you're not as successful as me, but you don't have to ruin.
No, Hedy, it's not that. I just want you to be happy, for both of us to be happy. Once Alan gets this movie made, we can finally do that musical.
Sadie, stop. You're stuck in this silly fantasy world. I'll never be in a musical. It's not the type of film the studio wants for me. Look, sometimes you have to let go of childish dreams in order to grow.
I don't want to let go of my dream.
Then go to South America and find it. Clearly, I'm holding you back.
But I want to be here for you and...
Just go, Sadie. We'll both be better off.
Hedy?
Come, Sadie. We should go.
Lights transition. A film reel comes on the screen announcing the end of the war. And that's the end of part 2. So we are going to take 10 minutes, and I'm going to time it, ideally. We're going to take about 10 minutes now as a little intermission. Actors, if you want to go off screen and get a drink of water, whatever you want to do, you're welcome to do so. You can come on back in 10. But we're going to take a quick look at any sort of questions that have come through. And while I'm sort of scrolling through these, I'll take the first one. So Trey,
Yes.
I would love to know, because I know that you are an encyclopedia of knowledge about Hedy Lamarr. What was the invention, like the big one that she's known for?
Well, the funny thing is that the reason for the science was I was trying to understand it. And that was my filler. And then I was like, I'm just going to keep that because like I don't fully understand. Basically, it's a concept of, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to explain it, but like Georgianne Howe was like a musician and it was like piano player roles. So it's a way of frequency hopping is kind of like, I think the name that is most commonly referred to, so that you could send like a code, but it would hop to a different frequency so that it wouldn't be intercepted. And then that was used to be like, oh, we can use that for protected Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technologies so that you can send stuff through signals. So that's kind of what she's known for. It was originally for the war. And it's like in the play where she, there was talk that they wouldn't be able to get it patented in time. So, and it ended up not being used in World War II at all because there just wasn't enough time to get it ready. But then it was used in future wars, and then people kept coming back to the technology and it's now changed everything.
Yeah, what David Paul has just chimed in saying frequency hopping is what allows multiple cell phones to operate in an area.
Thank you. Yeah, if anyone's smarter than me, because it's funny because the whole science bit started because I was trying to figure out how to explain it, then I realized two things. One, I'm not gonna be able to explain it very well. And two, it's fine. It's not really germane to, so, because it's really beyond my intelligence level. So it was just easier to just be like, science, math, signals, science. And it's funnier that.
So if anybody has any questions, oh, here we go. A question from Jen, who I know has lots of feelings.
Yes.
Asking about what impact or influence Mel Brooks has. Obviously, there's the Hedy Lamarr reference right at the beginning, the Blazing Saddles bit. But any other sort of Mel Brooks influence on your writing here?
I mean, maybe a little bit, especially with the meta stuff. I kind of mostly looked to just the actual movies themselves, like the movies from the 30s and 40s. There's a lot of because it's surprising how we think of meta humor as this very more modern thing, but it was very prevalent in the 30s and 40s even. And I kind of focused on that. I was also realizing that there's a podcast that's no longer out called the Thrilling Adventure Hour, which is also sort of a throwback to the 40s and 30s and 40s radio programming. And that was another influence because it's very sort of self-aware, but it's also an homage. It's kind of doing both things. But yeah, I could see some Mel Brooks in there. It's definitely and I was worried about because Hedy Lamarr did sue Mel Brooks because of Hedy Lamarr in Blazing Saddles, and they settled out of court. So she has a very protective estate. So I'm like, maybe this isn't a good idea to write a play about her. Maybe they'll come for me at some point. But yeah.
Very nice. So we got about 5 more minutes on this break. If anybody has any questions, I'm following the YouTube chat. I know other people are consolidating questions for us there. So if you have any, shoot them out there. Let's see here. Well, I guess, okay. So of named characters, are these, are all the named characters real people? Obviously, like Louis B. Mayer, definitely, and a lot of the producers and directors are. But like Marnie, Alan, are they specific people? Are they based on folks? Where'd all these individuals come from?
Sadie and Alan are all fictions. Alan is actually a recycled character from one of my first plays in high school that I wrote. That I was reminded of thinking about the show today. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's where I got Alan from. Is from this show that I wrote in high school. And Marnie's a fictional character because that's not a real person, but pretty much all of Hedy Lamarr had 6 husbands. These are her 6 husbands. You'll meet the rest in a bit. She did have 3 children. I just mentioned one for simplicity's sake. I think one was with Gene Markey, but John Loder adopted because Gene Markey was kind of a cad who just moved on, he married another actress, Jean Tierney, and then I think she had 2 children with John Loder. So that's a real Denise, who is one of her children. Gustav Makati, Busby Berkeley, Eddie Rhodes was a real thing that when Hedy was going or doing USO tours and trying to raise interest for bail for war bonds. That was a publicity stunt. They had an actual soldier who is no longer able to be in active service anymore, be like a plant, so that she wouldn't have to like just kiss a random stranger. So it was just kind of an act, but it was like, that was a real guy who and yeah. So much it's remarkably factual, all things considered.
Well, I think, and particularly part 3, remarkably factual. The pieces that are factual in part 3 are stunning. When we see an old character come back here in just a minute. Yeah. Tell you what, what's your favorite Hedy Lamarr role? That's going to be the hardest question I ask you the whole time.
It's funny because she had really bad taste in movies. Like she really, it was an infamous thing where she was known for turning down like classic roles that Ingrid Bergman or Merle Oberon would pick up, and they would become big successes. And she would do I Married an Angel and these films. Samson and Delilah, which is going to be mentioned in a second, is a terrible movie. It was a huge hit. It's the biggest hit of her career, but it's not great. I would say my favorite is, it's probably Ziegfeld Girl, the one that they talk, and that which was James Stewart's last film before enlisting in the war. That's also because it's Judy Garland. But she's sort of forgettable in Algiers. That's more Charles Boyer's film. But yeah, she never really got great roles. So, and which was a big frustration for her. So I'd probably say Ziegfeld Girl just because is better than The Great Ziegfeld, I think. Even though Great Ziegfeld won Best Picture, but anyway.
What's your favorite movie from the era that she wasn't in?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
What's your favorite film from that era? If you can narrow it down.
I would say my favorite probably Meet Me in St. Louis, which is another Judy film. We had some jokes about this during our little rehearsal. Like, I'm a big Judy Garland fan. Like, I kind of really love her. So that's very much done in love. The impression of the character. So Meet Me in St. Louis is probably my favorite. It was 42, I think. So it's around that time. It was after Ziegfeld Girl, I think.
Nice. Well, we got about 30 seconds left in the 10, but any of the actors have any questions for Trey before we jump in here? About the creation of your role or anything like that? No, we're all staying on mute, sticking to lines. Good call. Good call for sure. Okay. Well, I think we've got just about everybody back, and certainly everybody we need for first scene. So everybody good? Thumbs up if you're good. Groovy. All right, let's jump back in. Thank you all. We'll still keep an eye on the comments. I'm sure we'll probably touch base on them after we're done. Thank you especially to Jen and David for keeping the conversation going. We really appreciate y'all being out there and joining us tonight. Okay, so coming back from intermission.
And my mom.
And your mom and my mom. My mom's out there too. Hi, Mom. All right.
Amy.
And Amy. Hi. Hi to everybody. There's so many people. We'll say hi to you after. Okay. Part 3, the final years. Scene 1, off to Rio. Sadie and Alan are in Rio with people dancing, being remarkably festive.
Alan, so festive here. Where is this producer we were supposed to meet?
He should be here. His name is Friedrich Mandel.
What did you say?
Fritz enters.
Sadie Lamarr, could it be?
Fritz, how are you here in Rio instead of, arrested for war crimes?
Crazy, I know. But after selling weapons to the Nazis, I escaped Austria during the war and came to Argentina to become a film producer.
That sounds far-fetched.
Yet it's the only factually accurate statement in this scene. I assure you it's true.
Fritz Mandel, so happy to meet you face to face. This is my wife and co-partner in the film.
Ah, yes, we are old friends from Austria.
Of course you're both from Austria. Had I thought about that, I might have asked her to see if you two knew each other. But perhaps this was a better dramatic reveal.
Alan, you should know that your financial producer used to be a Nazi.
I was never a Nazi. I'm a fascist. I just sold weapons to Nazis because it was financially lucrative for me. Like a fascist.
Why would you finance this film knowing that I'm involved?
Oh, Sadie, I know we left on a rather sour note.
You were going to have me killed in your house.
Oh, Sadie, still holding on to grudges. Times of war have changed me. I want to create art now.
And you want to do my film?
I have a few notes about the script, but yeah, and it must star Miss... Do you still go by Lamarr?
It is my stage name, Sadie Lamarr.
Ah, to have the sister of international star Hedy Lamarr as the star of this film.
I'm not interested in exploiting Sadie.
Nor I. I'm sure she's talented, but her family history provides a delicious marketing opportunity. With my help, Sadie Lamarr will be a star.
Do you mean that?
Why would I lie?
I'm sure there's an obvious answer to that question, but you said I could be famous, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Ah, let's begin.
Music starts playing, indicating the beginning of a montage. Scene 2, Hedy in Hollywood, montage. Lights up on Hedy sitting in a chair, talking to Hedda Hopper.
Yes, I'm very sad to leave MGM, my home for so many years, but I felt it best to start fresh. Maybe one day I'll return. I wish them nothing but the best.
Wonderful. And how's married life?
Splendid. Now that the war is over, John is home much more often. It's been a delight. Marriage is such a gift.
The gift that keeps on giving, you might say.
Quite.
Lights shift back to Sadie in a small role in her film as everyone dances around her.
Soy gringa en Brasilia.
After some dancing, Sadie shifts to a separate light. She's on the phone to Hedy.
Hello, Hedy. Hope all is well.
Sadie, what a surprise to hear from you.
I know things have been a bit tense, but I just wanted to thank you for insisting I go to South America. The results have been great.
Really?
Oh, Hedy, I'm acting in movies and I have a super supportive husband. Life is good. I now know what it feels like being successful just like you.
That's great, Sadie.
Oh, I gotta go. Bye.
The dancing continues around her as lights shift back to Hedy. Loader enters.
Oh, Hedy, our marriage has been lovely. We've had 2 children, but this just isn't working.
I know, John. What went wrong?
I don't know. It's my fault, really. I sought perfection from a wife and thought that maybe you'd be it. But alas, it wasn't the case. I'll miss your intoxicating beauty.
And I'll miss the British accent.
Take care, Hedy. And next time, marry for money. I know that's what I'm to do.
Loader exits. Sadie enters in a separate light. She is on the phone with Hedy.
Oh, Sadie, I am so glad I still have you in my life. My marriage has fallen apart.
No, I'm so sorry to hear that. But honestly, John wasn't good enough for you.
I'm not sure if I'll ever find anyone good enough for me.
I have no clue what that feels like.
The lights on Sadie fades. Hedy is alone.
All I wanted was to be a great inventor, a legendary actress, and have a husband and family. Was that perhaps too much to expect from life?
Blinding light as the ghost of her father appears.
Oh, Hedwig, my darling, don't give up yet.
Father, what are you doing here? Is this a hallucination?
Probably, but listen. Everything in your life may be awful right now, but you still have time.
What?
Remember what I told you? Reach for the stars. Just because you haven't achieved everything you wanted to yet doesn't mean you should stop reaching. That's what life is about. It's a struggle.
True, I still have time.
So proud to call you my only daughter.
What about Sadie?
What about her?
Teddy, a nightclub owner enters.
Oh, wow! You're a classy dame!
That's right. I am a classy dame.
The name's Teddy Stauffer. You want to get married?
Are you rich?
You think I could be this obnoxious to a movie star and not be rich? I own a ton of nightclubs.
Nightclubs? That's sexy and repulsive. I haven't tried that in years. You're on, Mr. Stoffer.
Here.
He exits.
I must say, Hedy, this isn't what I had in mind when I said Reach versus Stars, man.
It's a rebellious stage, Father.
A little old for a rebellious stage, don't you think?
Marnie enters.
Good to see you again, Miss Lamarr.
Oh, Marnie. Are you trying to bring me back to MGM?
Nah, I left MGM years ago. I'm with Paramount now, and I'm here to offer you a deal.
What deal? A film?
Of course. The role of a lifetime. And to show you how serious I am, I brought the director along with me. May I present to you the one, the only, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille.
He enters.
Hedy Lamarr, how good to finally meet you. I am Cecil B. DeMille. I want to offer you a role in my next epic, Sansom and Delilah.
Really? I haven't had enough for this good in ages. How's the part?
Are you familiar with the story?
Familiar, yes, but what's the take?
My take? I'm Cecil B. DeMille. Big sets, glamorous costumes. What's not to love? And I need the most beautiful woman in the world to play the woman who seduced a biblical Superman.
Hedwig, this sounds like just another glamour girl without any substance.
You're right. Mr. DeMille, I don't want to play just another pretty face.
But this isn't just another pretty face. It's the pretty face. I need someone who knows what it's like to be underestimated because of her looks.
It's a trap, daughter. Hold out for more. Reach for the stars.
Make a convincing case, Mr. DeMille. Sign me up.
No!
Yay!
They exit as Teddy enters.
Hey, Dollface, it's been fun, but...
I know. You were clearly a phase I was going through. Farewell. I regret nothing.
Well, that was easy.
Teddy exits as Cecil re-enters. A crew of dressers coming to change Hedy into Delilah.
All right, everyone, get ready for filming. Set up the close-up of Delilah as she just realizes that she's brought down the fall of Samson. Hedy, I need you to look glamorous, withering, tragically beautiful. I need to see across your face the triumph of your success and the horror of that success. Just stand there and let me see your eyes. Lights, rolling, and action.
As lights hit Hedy, music plays and the scene shifts back to Sadie, this time dancing. The lights eventually shift back to Hedy on the phone with Sadie.
It's only the third highest grossing film of all time.
Oh, wow. So it must have been nominated for Best Picture.
No, it wasn't.
Oh? Well, were you at least nominated for Best Actress?
There are more important things in the world than awards, Sadie.
Actually, were you ever nominated for an Oscar? I don't think you were.
Shut up, Sadie.
Sadie's light fades as Howard enters.
Howdy, ma'am. You sure are pretty.
Oh, I've been told.
My name's Lee. Howard Lee. I'm a Texas oil man and I love the moving picture business.
You have such a rustic charm. Are you rich?
Did you? I said, I'm a Texas oil man. Rich was implied.
You sure are sexy when you're being all rich and everything.
Oh, ma'am, we're going to get married and you'll put all the desert flowers to shame.
Lights up on Sadie doing another movie. An actor in the scene enters.
Ma'am, you're in danger. Let me take you to safety.
Gracias. I am in your debt.
You may pay me back with your love.
I will make tiffin for you.
Lights shift to Sadie on the phone with Hedy.
Oh, Hedy, it's so exciting down here in Argentina. I'm becoming a star.
It's great, Sadie. I'm happy for you, truly.
Everyone thinks I'm so sexy. It's amazing. But anyway, how's Hollywood?
It's great. I'm taking a bit of a break from the movies right now.
Are you having trouble finding work?
What? Of course not. You remember my invention during the war?
I think so. Vaguely. The army didn't end up using it?
That's right. At least that time they didn't. But now they have a great interest. A lot of people are finding my adventures to be of great use.
That's great, Hedy.
See, Sadie, there are more important things in life than ephemeral fame.
I guess you're right. Things like family. How's your husband, Teddy?
I'm not married to him anymore.
Oh, then...
Howard is. He's fine. We'll both be better soon.
Lights dim on Sadie and shift to Lewis, entering with paperwork.
Good evening, Hedy. If you just sign these papers, your divorce to Howard Lee will be final.
Thank goodness. You've been a great divorce attorney, Lewis. Very supportive.
I try to be professional. I'm only sorry this last one didn't work out. It was your longest marriage so far.
That's a wonderful run, but honestly, I don't think I was ever meant to settle down with one man for the rest of my life.
That's very sensible of you. Say, I've never told you this, but you're gorgeous.
Of course I am.
Marry me?
Oh, what the hell?
Lewis puts a ring on her finger. Hedda enters.
So, Hedy, your career seems to be fading out. Do you have any news for your fans?
I must admit, I've taken a bit of a sabbatical from Hollywood. Not many roles interest me anymore, but I'm still on the lookout for interesting projects, and I just signed a book deal to publish my autobiography. I'll talk about all my favorite anecdotes from multiple projects, as well as discuss my personal life. I'll even cover my most recent failed marriage to Louis J. Boys.
What's that?
Sorry, Louis, but we're getting divorced.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that coming. I'll sign my own papers.
Gem.
Hedy removes her ring and gives it to Lewis as he exits.
What fascinating news. I look forward to the book. I'll read it obsessively.
Hedda exits as lights up on Sadie in a separate light.
Life really does pass by so fast when you're not looking.
Oh, Hedy, I'm so excited. My career in Argentina is so strong. I'm about to have my first starring role.
That's great, Sadie. I'm so happy for your success.
And who would have thought it would all be thanks to Fritz?
To Fritz? What's that with Fritz?
Oh, have I not told you? The producer of all these films is Friedrich Mandl. You remember Fritz, right?
My fascist ex-husband? Yes, I remember him. How are you working with him?
I know he was a bit of a crabapple when we last knew him, but he's really trying to make some exciting films. He's produced all of Alan's scripts.
How dare you? You work with such a man?
Calm down, Hedy. You're just jealous because I'm a star.
There's more to life than being a star, Sadie. Do you remember my inventions during the war?
The ones the army didn't want to use? Yeah, I remember.
They want to use them now. They find my inventions very interesting, and I think they will lead to some groundbreaking technology.
So what? Why should I care?
That's right. You don't care about important, life-changing things like that. All you care about is being famous. You have the concerns of a child.
I know you are, but what am I?
Face it, Sadie. Your entire life is delusional. Do you even understand the truth about your own husband?
The truth that he's brilliant and understands me like no one else? Yes, I know.
No, I'm talking about the fact that he's gay. He's gay, Sadie. He has zero interest in you. He married you to hide his own sexuality and advance his own career. He's gay.
That may be. But Alan and I care about each other and have made it work the best way we know how. That's why I have a successful marriage. Of course, you would know what a successful marriage is, would you, Hedy?
You're a tragic disappointment. Never call my number again.
Hedy hangs up.
Hedy, don't say anything you can't take back. Hedy? Hedy?
Lights out. Scene 3, Hedy's legacy. Hedy goes to meet Mother and Denise.
Good afternoon, Mother, dearest.
Good afternoon, Hedy dear. Denise and I have been having a grand old time. Who knew that growing up in Austria that I would become such a California girl?
Your enthusiasm is most welcomed. I've had a bit of a rough day. Mother, Do you ever think you see images of Dad?
Oh, I see Emil frequently.
No, I mean physically, like as a ghost.
Yes, all the time. He's such a jerk. He never discusses the afterlife, things I might find interesting. He just repeats the same things he's always said. Never anything new. He's so annoying.
Yes! Well, he suggested to me that he's disappointed in my choices, both personal and professional.
Like I said, he's a jerk. Are you still married to that lawyer?
I believe they're divorced, Grandma.
Yes, it's my 6th divorce. I'm giving up on marriage, never again.
Wait till you need more money.
I don't need a husband for that. If you must know, I'm hoping to land a part in a new flick.
Well, break a leg and all that. So, Denise, any plans to continue showbiz tradition?
Not really. I want to be an artist.
That's creative. Do you think you're any good?
I'm trying.
Keep at it. As Emil would say, reach for the stars.
Oh, God, never reach for the stars, Denise.
Really, Mother?
Yes, really. They look pretty, but they're billions of miles away and made up of gas. You can't hold that in your hands. Just reach for whatever makes you happy.
That sounds a lot more practical.
You would think that, wouldn't you? It's harder than you think.
Anyway, I hope you have success in your career, Denise. And Hedy, hopefully you'll get this job.
Hopefully. But I've become a bit disillusioned by film. The dream factory is still just a factory, after all. All the inspiration in the world can't change the demands of lights, camera, action.
Music plays, lights change dramatically and eventually shift to the next scene. Scene 4, Sadie and Alan in Rio. Lights up on Sadie and Alan arriving at a film shoot.
My first film in English. I'm so excited to actually know what I'm saying.
I must say, it took a lot of convincing, but Fritz wants this one to have more universal appeal, and that means broader markets.
I can't wait to start filming. Alan, I've been wondering, what if my legacy is this? Trashy pulp films, sister of a bigger star, nothing worth remembering.
And you'll just be like the rest of us nobodies. Don't sweat it so much, sweetie. Knowing you, you'll find a way to go out in a big splashy finish. A song, a dance, a nice tune that'll be tattooed on our hearts.
But is that enough?
Sure it is. Between you and me and the rest of the world, I believe in the power of musical theater.
I'm sure you're right. But just in case, I've been thinking. Really thinking.
Why, Sadie? Why would you ever do that?
Before she became a superstar, Hedy was into inventing things and science. I always thought it was boring. Now that I'm a moderately famous movie star in Latin America and select markets, I want more in life. I've been doing some research and I think I may have come up with something.
What is it, Sadie? What is it?
Step aside. Science. Science. Abracadabra, Michael J. Fox.
A big sound cue occurs and the lights change dramatically.
What did you do?
I'm not positive, but I think I just invented time travel.
No, okay, we need to take a step back. We may be jumping the shark.
No, I believe in this. All we have to do is walk into the light and we'll jump into the future.
Then let's go.
No, wait. I have to finish the film shoot. It's too important to me.
Okay, but I mean, couldn't we theoretically just come back in time to this moment and...
No, don't try to use logic. I can't go.
Fine, then I'll go alone.
Wait, Alan, aren't you needed for the film shoot?
No, I'm just the writer. Like it matters that I'm here.
That's true.
I know, right? Goodbye, Sadie. I'll see you soon. Soon.
Alan disappears in an effect that is both impressive and lame. Fritz enters.
Sadie, my darling, are you ready to make cinema history?
Always ready for the camera, darling.
Is Alan around?
No, he had to take a remarkable journey.
Ah, well, that's for the best. I've done some rewrites to his script.
What? Let me see.
Well, I suppose you have to see them eventually since you have to say it, so here.
My friends, I thank you for your support. I am here, the star you see today, because I worked my way to the top all on my own. Trust me, you can too, but you have to stop the dirty, greedy pimples on society who are trying to stop the business owners from making the most money in order to create better and more usable products for you, their dear customers.
I've become VP just hearing it. Oh.
This is awful. It's classist, obvious fascism, and worst of all, it makes no sense for my character.
You will say these lines or die. I have a lot of money tied up in this picture. There's a popular movement encouraging poor people to demand better rights. Kwan even claims to support it. I must convince the world that having money means you are perfect.
Never.
We start rolling this. You or without you?
For a producer, you give some powerful direction.
Lights, camera, and action, or else.
The crew runs in with the chorus, and the musical number starts and ends with Sadie center stage.
My friends, I thank you for your support. I am the star you see today because I marked my way to the top all on my own. Trust me, you can too, but you have to. You have to. Oh, my friends, you have to sing.
What?
And dance.
Oh, no.
And be the most fabulous people ever. Oh, friends, I was born in a steamer trunk just outside Buffalo, Ohio, or Schenectady, New York. There was some dispute over the postage stamp, but the point is, I didn't have wealth or fame or even a chance of survival, but I knew in my gut that I was bound for greatness.
Cut!
Oh, and oh, was I ever. Everyone told me I was worthless. They said I had no talent. They said I was ugly. They said my voice was grating. They said I couldn't sing or dance or be filmed without breaking the camera. But between you and me and the rest of the world, I believe in the power of musical theater. And I did all these things. Why, you may ask?
Why?
Why?
Because I'm freaking awesome. And more importantly, because you are willing to listen. I'm here because of your love. So don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. You're the only ones who can. And let's dance, my chickadees, like we know our worth.
They dance ecstatically until finally Fritz shoots his gun in the air, stopping everyone as they all run off stage, leaving him alone with Sadie.
You ruined my film!
Incorrect. I made it better. Don't you think so, everyone?
No, stop applauding for this tramp. Now I will kill her.
What good will that do?
I don't know, but I must kill you. It doesn't really benefit me, but I don't like you. And you've inconvenienced me, so I want you dead. Say goodbye, Sadie Lamarr.
He aims a gun at her, but he is suddenly paralyzed, his hand shaking.
What's happening?
He drops the gun and starts beating himself in the face. Yeah. On screen, we see, in real life, Friedrich Mandl moved back to Austria, where he died of old age in his bed. But fuck this guy, am I right? He punches himself into oblivion, falling off the edge of a terrace to his death. Alan enters dramatically.
My futuristic knowledge of mind control pays off.
Alan, you're back from the future.
Great Scott, have I got some stories to tell.
What have you seen? Tell me.
I've seen a world where technology has taken over. It's incredible and scary. Hedy's ideas have allowed for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Technologies I can't even begin to describe. People talk to each other via little machines.
Alan, you're talking mumbo jumbo. Machines? Like in some science lab?
No, like in their pockets. Phones, untethered by wires, that do everything. They contain encyclopedias of knowledge and can connect the user to all across the world. They can do everything, but be a phone. The service leaves a bit to be desired.
But what about me? What about time travel?
Oh, Sadie, time travel is too dangerous. There are way too many complications. It would be a disaster if this discovery came to realization. I'm sorry. You need to destroy all information you've obtained. But Hedy's discovery, wow, she really helped transform the world.
Well, isn't that great?
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
It's not your fault. It's good to know my sister has a future. Does anyone remember me?
No. I couldn't find any mention of you anywhere. I tried to tell them about you, tell your story. I spoke of the studio system, movie musicals, painful transatlantic dialects, but no one wanted to listen. All biographies of Hedy say she's an only child.
What? How can that be?
You've been forgotten, Sadie. You've been erased from history. If you want any legacy at all, I advise you to make up with your sister.
Make up with my sister? But how did you know about...
I'm from the future, bitch. I know everything.
Oh, Alan, will you help me?
I'd love to, but I gotta go. The future is so much better for people like me. I mean, it could be a lot better, but compared to the 1950s, it's not too shabby. So, bye.
Will I ever see you again?
Doubt it. I think I'll go to the year 2150. Apparently, gender and race are no longer even a thing.
Really?
Yes, because we've progressed that far as a people. Also, we're mostly all dead by then. Climate change, people! Goodbye, Sadie, and good luck. You deserve happiness. You always have.
Alan disappears in an effect that is both impressive and kind of lame.
Well, it seems I need to make a phone call. My legacy depends on it. Hopefully she'll hear me out.
Scene 5, the phone call. Sadie dials the phone, lights up on Hedy dressed fabulously at home, being interviewed by a reporter.
So, Ms. Lamarr, how are you handling retirement?
Who says I'm retired?
Oh, I'm sorry, you just haven't worked.
When the right project comes along, I'll be back in front of the camera.
Didn't you recently quit a movie?
I didn't quit. I didn't feel like showing up to work one day. I thought they'd understand.
You were replaced by Zsa Zsa Gabor, correct?
Next question, please.
Right. In your career, do you have any regrets?
Denise enters with a phone.
Mother, a lady's on the phone claiming to be your sister.
A sister? Ms. Lamarr, I thought you were an only child.
Mother, what should I do?
Give me the phone, Denise.
She takes the phone.
Hello? Is this Hedy Lamarr?
Hedy, darling, how are you? It's Sadie. I know it's been a while. And the last time we spoke, well, things were left on a sour note, to put it mildly. Hedy, I miss you. We need to be together. We complete each other. I can't bear to be apart, and I'm sure that you must feel lonely, or maybe you don't. That came out wrong. I'm sure you're happy. But wouldn't having your sister back in your life make you even happier? All right, I know you expect me to say I'm sorry or something, but I don't have that in me. And you don't have it in you either. Let's be honest, we're one and the same in that regard. Or is it one in the same? No, that doesn't make sense. We're one and the same. I'm talking nonsense. For God's sakes, Hedy, say something.
I'm sorry.
Do you mean that?
I'm sorry, madam, but you must have the wrong number. You see, I don't have a sister.
Hedy?
Hedy hangs up the phone, gives it to Denise.
If she calls again, just hang up.
Denise leaves.
I'm sorry, what was the last question?
Regrets. Do you have any?
Regrets. Yes, perhaps I do. Regrets are best left to the nightmares, hidden away in the minds, never to be spoken. They don't benefit you in any way except perhaps as a bit of encouragement, forcing you to get rid of the people and things that held you back to be better. Does that make sense?
Somewhat. I mean, not really.
Scratch that. I've no real regrets, save one. I wish I'd done a musical.
Lights out on Hedy and the reporter. Sadie stands alone, rejected. Epilogue, the big finish.
I have no great way to end this story. I tried my best to get to a happy ending, but sometimes that's just not what fate has planned.
The ensemble enters, singing.
Sadie,
Lamarr.
Surely no one's story ever ends with triumphant fanfare. If we're lucky, our story ends with loved ones surrounding us as we leave mortality behind, smiling, satisfied by our legacy. Clearly, that was never my destiny. But still, I like to imagine a celebration that I lived, even if I'm not remembered. A song, dance, and a big finish.
Chorus builds to a gigantic fanfare. After a big finish, Sadie yells out.
Isn't this great?
Blackout. End of play. Thank you all. That was lovely. I want to thank the Vortex for putting this on. Certainly Trey for letting us do this weird and wonderful show. Absolutely loved it. Want to thank Shannon and Lizzie and Isto and Andrea and Sarah and Travis and Judd and Deike and Jenny and Toby for all volunteering time and talent. I want to thank Melissa for doing Melissa has done a ton of behind the scenes work to make these things happen. So I want to make sure that we absolutely thank her as well. But thanks to everybody who has been commenting, and to our musical director for writing that last song. I know that was really, really beautiful. But yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight, and hopefully you'll get to see this show on its feet someday in the future. Trey's not sure. Thank you all. Have a good night.